What if I told you the 1983 12 Hours of Sebring almost ran out of gas? And I don't mean that metaphorically, and I don't mean a dominant team ran out of gas late in the race. I mean the race had to be stopped to allow a tanker truck to bring more gas, or the field was going to run out. And that is just one of the reasons why the 1983 Sebring 12 Hours is arguably the most insane motor race that has ever occurred. You have things like old-time racing when there weren't as many lights and tracks weren't as well defined as they are today, which led to a driver going off track and was so lost that when he went to get his bearings by getting out of the car, he came face to face with a cow. He had gotten so off course that he left the Sebring property and ended up in a local's dairy farm. And then of course there was the whole firewood situation, which, because in previous years drivers had complained about visibility, specifically at night due to smoke from all the campfires, organizers, well, they took the easy way out and banned fires at the track. An enterprising individual decided that this was a great way to make money, so he sold firewood to fans as they entered the track. The fans would then get to the front gate where the firewood would be confiscated. The enterprising gentleman would go collect the firewood, sell it back to fans, rinse and repeat until officials eventually stopped the whole thing. Later in the night, due to unseasonably cold temperatures, fans, well, they wanted a fire. They just didn't have any firewood. So they went in search of firewood. Now this is Sebring. It's the middle of Florida. There isn't exactly a wealth of, well, trees. So they came across what they thought was an abandoned building and just started ripping wood off the side of it. Problem was, the building wasn't abandoned. It was some dude's house, and well, he was surprised and not very happy. And then of course there's the tale of a stricken Porsche broken down in the middle of the night. This was the 80s. It wasn't uncommon. And the driver, well, he got out and walked back to the pits. However, when the car came back on the back of a wrecker, the crew noticed something in the driver's seat. It looked like someone was behind the wheel. And of course, the driver having already gotten out, this was a cause for some concern. However, when the car got closer, they noticed it wasn't a person. It was in fact a blow-up doll. Why someone had a blow-up doll at the race and then decided to put it into a race car that was broken down? Because Florida. And speaking of Florida, man, earlier in the week, a Florida resident decided, he was going to steal the pace car. As for the on-track action that didn't lead to, well, pure insanity, you had the number 9 Porsche 934 owned by Wayne Baker. Baker and his teammates, well, they were seasoned, fairly talented drivers. However, at the beginning of the week, they were not even considered to be in contention for a podium, let alone a win. However, thanks to high attrition late in the race, they found themselves leading overall. Baker's team would hold on to that lead and capture what many consider to be one of the biggest upset wins in Sebring history, and thanks to the other craziness that happened in '83, it was almost a footnote.